everyone, I'm Miranda and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I know many of you love stationery as much as I do, so I thought I'd do a little stationery haul with you today and share some of the cards that I've bought ready for spring to send to friends. And also I love to use cards and stationery generally in my photography. So some of these I've bought specifically to use in photos. So I thought I'd share these with you. And then I'm also going to share some of the other things that I've been loving using lately and that have been some great recommendations that I can also pass on to you. So let's get started. I've got a few beautiful cards. I really love the artist Debbie George. And I would love to have one of her original prints, but in the meantime, I'm definitely happy to get her cards. I love this one. It's called Bird Bowl and Primroses, which I think is so pretty. And I got another card by her, this one, called The Flower Basket. I love images with mugs with flowers in like this. I think that they're just so pretty. I love my florals, as you know, so I really do love her cards, and they'll be really pretty to send as Easter cards to people and also to use in my photography. So I was so pleased with those. Now, I love to use fold-out cards and pop-up cards in my photography as well. It just adds such a quirky, fun dimension to a photograph. It gives people something else to look at and to notice and appreciate in a photograph. So a lot of these I've bought with my photography in mind. I love this card by Sarah Young, which is a little pop-up card, just very simply done. But I think this will be lovely for Easter, as it's obviously a rabbit. And it's just so pretty. I can't wait to photograph this. Maybe it's even a hare because it's got very long ears. I don't know if it says. It doesn't actually say. But it could be a hare because those are very long ears and very appropriate for March then. I'll have to photograph with that soon. You'll have seen something like this before if you follow me on Instagram, because I already have one of Sarah Young's Dancing Girls fold-out cards. This is another one. It's her Cabaret Girls, and I think it's just so fun. I can't wait to use this in a photograph sometime. I think that it's really cute and the detail is amazing. I just love that. I think it's so much fun. They look like they're having a blast. So it'll be fun to me to think of what books I might use with this card sometime. Probably something Parisian. We'll see. And what else? That was with that. I will put links. I don't know if all of these will still be available because they sell out so quickly, but I will put links to some of my favourite places where I buy cards online, so you can check them out. I love Alice Melvin's little pop-out bird cards. The end result looks like this. Hopefully you can see that. And you just pop out, oops, all of the little nuthatch parts and create your own. I have one like this that is a puffin, which is really cute. I recently photographed that with all of my, with some of my puffin paperbacks, and I thought this one was really sweet as well. And then I also got the dove to do too. I think it's just such a sweet idea. It would be lovely to send as a card for someone to make as well. I think that's really cute. And then I adore the artist Mark Hurld. I've used a lot of his fold-out cards in the past, and I've bought a few more that I think will be lovely to use in the spring and summer in particular. So this one is really beautiful. His hens and a rooster. I think that that's so sweet and colourful. I absolutely love it. If you send it as a card, then there's a little message box there. And I think what a lovely thing to get in the post from someone. It's just such a lovely work of art in itself, which I think is wonderful. So that one is lovely. And then this one is a little pop-up one. It has a little bit that just pops out at the back that you can sort of fold out so it will stand up. And this is a pheasant, his sort of stand-up pheasant card, and I absolutely love it. And we have pheasants that roam around on the grounds by us, so this really meant something to me, and I thought how beautiful this is. I'll show you a little bit closer so you can see that. So I really admire his artwork. Then this one, of course, just screamed spring so much to me. A beautiful one for spring and Easter. This is his bird nest one. How beautiful is that? I can't wait to photograph this soon. This will definitely be featuring on one of my Instagram pictures soon. I think that's just so beautiful. And again, the message would go on the back. I just really am always so impressed by these fold out cards. I think they're absolutely stunning. And then another one with Easter and spring in mind is this adorable rabbit one. I think that's just so sweet. I absolutely love it. And then finally, I have this little sort of 3D Helter Skelter by Emily Sutton that you can just pop out to form, so you can see that. The details on it is just really lovely. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, so that's just going to be so sweet in a photograph too. I love it. I love Emily Sutton's artwork, and being able to buy a card by an artist that you love is just so special. It's something I really like to do because obviously you can't always afford the artwork. Oh, I can just see that a parcel has come actually. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I seem to have got something sent to me by Pam Macmillan, which I'm not sure what this will be, so I thought I would open it up on camera as it was perfect timing. Always exciting to get a book. So I'll see what's in here. Let's see. Oh, how lovely. Oh, I've been waiting for this one. I'm so glad that it has arrived. This is Field Flower Vase or Vase by Chelsea Fuss. And Chelsea Fuss is the founder of Frolic blog, and I've been following her on Instagram for years and years. She has a lovely Instagram account, and her photos are always so exquisite. She does so much with flowers, and I believe that this is her first book. Let's see what it says. So it says, enclosed you'll find your pre-release copy of Field Flower Vase, Arranging and Crafting with Seasonal and Wild Blooms by Chelsea Fuss. So it's really exciting to get this. Looks so beautiful. Oh, I love Chelsea's photography, so this looks really interesting. The elements of a floral arrangement, creating an arrangement, foraging, walk, just a fun book all about flowers, flower arranging. I'm really going to love looking at this properly, but it looks absolutely stunning. I'm so thrilled. What a lovely thing to get in the post. Thank you so much. Well, that's definitely made me very happy today too. That's really lovely and nice serendipity. Yes, so I was saying how much I like to buy cards because they're like a little piece of artwork, and I've even framed cards in the past and put them on my walls, and I just think, yeah, they're really something that is such an inexpensive way to add a wonderful touch of beauty to your life. So I love them for that reason as well. But on to some of my favourite things that I've been loving lately. I read one book recently, which is Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. It's his latest novel that's just been released, and I was so thrilled to get the independent bookseller copy, which is signed by him as well, which is so special. I love it. I actually did also get the special Waterstones edition because it's really stunning as well, and I couldn't resist. But I read this one and I was really impressed by it. I'll speak more about this on a different video, but I just thought it was wonderful. It didn't have quite the impact of Never Let Me Go, and for me, nothing can really beat The Remains of the Day, but I still thought it was an extraordinary book, and it was just such a thought-provoking read. Really enjoyed that. So I just devoured it too, and I love it when you get really into a book and you don't want to put it down. And I actually did have to put it down to film tea reads, and I really didn't want to. You almost didn't get a tea read last week because I really wanted to read this. But yeah, I persevered and I finished it after, you'll be glad to know. But yeah, I really recommend it. And then I've been reading this book over the weekend. It's an old favourite from my childhood, and lately I've been absolutely loving rediscovering some of my childhood books, and it's really special to me that I can display them much better now. When I was in London, a lot of them were double stacked, so I didn't really see some of them for years. They were all kind of crowded into shelves in my bedroom, which well, my bedroom in London was generally very dark. It only had one sort of small window and it was overlooked a lot, so I tended to keep the blind down, and it just wasn't a place where I loved to sit and look at my books. So as you'll have seen in one of my previous videos, I've been bringing some of my vintage books down into the living room, and it's just made me look at them all again, and I'm starting to pick them up again. And this is such a charming story. I'm so glad to have been reminded of it. It's Admiral's Walk by Kitty Barne. And I love this because it's about a mother and daughter. And the mother was widowed in the Second World War, and she has a really close bond with her daughter. They have a great relationship. And obviously I have a great relationship with my mum, so I love to read about lovely mother-daughter relationships in books. And this is really one of those. They're really like friends. And the mother is left a big house in the countryside, and she and the daughter decide to move to the countryside. But there are a lot of problems. For one thing, they don't really have enough money to be able to survive there and run this quite large house with no income coming in. So what they decide to do is they set up a little market garden, and they sell flowers and vegetables to local businesses, and they also rent out part of the house to a musical family. So many of Kitty Barne's books are about her love for music as well. I loved her book She Shall Have Music when I was little, and in this one the young girl has a cello that she adores and plays, and the family that move in next door are also musical. So there's lots about a love for music in this story too. But it starts off in early April, just before Easter, so it's a perfect book for me to be reading right now, and it's just utterly charming, and I love all of it. A gardener also features, a very grumpy gardener who's not helpful to start with, also features in this book. And as I just have read Old Herbaceous recently, which is all about a gardener as well, that book, it's quite fun to be reading a children's book that also really is about gardening and a gardener too. So much to enjoy. This has been making me very happy lately, this book. I've been loving it. And then another thing that is making me happy that I started over the weekend and I'm really enjoying is I'm doing this beautiful cross stitch called Things of Spring by Alicia Paulson. I don't know if the kit is still available, but I know that the PDF of the pattern would be, so I'll put a link to both if both are available in the description box. But I love Alicia Paulson's designs. She has the blog Posy Gets Cozy, which I've been reading for years, and I've been buying her kits for years as well. And I bought this one a while ago, but I didn't get the chance to start it. But I have over the weekend started it. It's very tiny, so I don't know how much you can see. It's such tiny stitching, but I'm really having fun doing it again, and it's just such a pretty design. I'll hold it up here so you can see it as well. And I think she's got all the things of spring so well, from daffodils to an umbrella to a robin pecking up a worm to a cup of tea to a basket of flowers and some Hunter Wellington boots. I mean, so many lovely things about spring in this, and I'm finding it really calming and quite therapeutic to be doing this cross stitch. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm listening to a really good audiobook as I'm doing it. I was listening to Cards on the Table, by Agatha Christie, which was really fun. I really enjoyed listening to that again. And then what I'm listening to now is Brat Farah by Josephine Tay. And this is really good. I've read this ages ago and I don't really remember it. And I'm really enjoying this audio version. I can't remember who it is read by, but I think that they do a really good job. Let me have a look if it says. Oh, it's narrated by Carol Boyd, and I think it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. And it's such an interesting story. Josephine Tay wrote a lot of mysteries, which I really love, like Miss Pym Disposes is a favourite. This one is about a man who assumes the identity of someone else and claims this person's inheritance and fools most of the family in the process. So it's really interesting because as a reader, you know from the start that this person is not who they claim to be. And it's just really well done. I think she does the psychology of this person really well, how he gets into this situation, and then once he's in the situation, how he starts to feel, especially when he becomes very close to some of the members of the family and he starts to feel more and more guilty about betraying them. But he also grows a bit suspicious as to the circumstances of the death of the person that he's now impersonating. So it's just really good and it's really engrossing me as I'm cross-stitching. I'm really enjoying listening to that, so I recommend it if you're looking for a new Audible. And then a free thing I've been loving lately is this little magazine by the paint company Neptune, and they put these out for free, which I think is amazing. This is Stories Volume 13, and you can look on their website and you can either download the digital versions of these little magazines that they do, or you can request to have one sent to you. And this one I got as a physical one sent to me, and it's really great. Obviously there's a big focus of the articles in here on interior design, but there are also some other things. I wanted this one because there's an article by Jo Rogers, who I really like. She wrote about visiting the William Morris Archive Centre, which is so interesting, and there are some lovely photographs that go with that article. I don't know if I can find it now. Here we go. I love William Morris, so I was really interested to read about the design archives. And then there are also some not just interior inspired articles in here. Catherine May, for instance, who wrote Wintering, has a little suggestion of books to read in the winter in here, which is really nice. And I think there was an article about swimming and I don't know, lots of different things. So I've been really enjoying reading this and I recommend having a look at it. And then I also got the new Simple Things magazine this month, which I just think looks really lovely. I love the cover on this one. I always enjoy the Simple Things. There's a lovely selection of lifestyle articles, generally recipes, that kind of thing. So I always enjoy getting the new Simple Things, and I'm looking forward to reading this soon. And then something else that has been bringing me a lot of pleasure at the moment is my skincare. And I've been really taking the time over my skincare routine, and I wanted to share some of my favourite products that I've been really using and loving lately. First of all is my cleanser, which is by Eve Long. And I've used this cleanser on and off for years. I really like it because not only is it a great cleanser, it also encourages you to just slow down and to be mindful about your skincare routine and kind of just enjoy the moment. And that's because part of the cleansing process that you do involves, well, first of all, you put this cleanser on, and then this comes with a muslin cloth, and you just sort of put the muslin cloth under hot water, drape it over your face, and just kind of inhale. And you do that 3 times, and then you end up wiping off all of the cleanser. But it's just quite a therapeutic process. I really enjoy it. I like the smell of this cleanser. So it's just a really calming thing, especially when I double cleanse. At the end of the day, I use an oil cleanser and then I use this. And it just really calms me down and is a nice little ritual at the end of the day. So I've been always kind of looking forward to doing my face each evening. And then I really love this Midnight Recovery concentrate, which has a lot of different sort of oils, and it's by Kiehl's, and I really recommend it. I think that it's a really great product. I started using it, I think, a couple of months ago now, and really am liking it. So I wanted to recommend this one. It doesn't have a strong scent at all. I find with Kiehl's products, they're good if you're sensitive to fragrance, because I find that their products really aren't that fragranted, if that's a word. They don't have much fragrance to them. I actually do like fragrance, so sometimes I wish this sort of smelt more of something, but if you hate that, then you would like this product because it doesn't have that strong a smell, and it just feels really nice. I do notice a difference in my skin from using this. And then I've also been wanting to try the Kiehl's Ultra, what is it actually called? Ultra Facial Cream for ages, because this has been so highly rated and reviewed. And again, a month or 2 ago, I got this and I've been using it and I really like it. I really notice that my skin, when I use this, feels hydrated for a long period of time. I have quite dry skin, so I really like a rich moisturizer. I wouldn't describe this as really rich, but it does make my skin feel smooth and supple and moisturized for a long period of time after I've used it. So I really do appreciate that. And it's just nice and easy to go. It goes on nicely. My mum has been using it actually as well, and I think it's really helped from where she had her scalding. It's doing so much better. She's healing so well, and she has been using some of this on it too, and I think that it's helped. So I really recommend this. Like I said, I'd read so many reviews about it that when I needed to buy a new moisturizer, I decided to give this one a go, and I actually am a fan now, so I recommend that one. And then finally, I wanted to share a tea with you. I've talked before that I love teas from the Rare Tea Company. They do my favourite loose leaf teas, and a tea I really love that they do is their oolong. I like to drink oolong tea in the mornings especially because it is a bit caffeinated. It's a tea that you have black, you don't have it with milk, but it's a lot less strong than, real black tea. And I really like it. It's quite fun. The leaves, before you put them in water, are so tiny, and then they unfurl and are really quite big in the teapot. And I always love seeing that process. But this has a lovely, delicate flavour, and it's one that I really enjoy. And I find that, especially if I'm writing an article or something like that, I like to have some oolong tea because I just feel it sort of perks me up a bit and just wakes my brain up a bit, which I definitely need in the morning. I mean, I always have my Yorkshire tea with milk first thing in the morning. That's really what I need. But I have this a bit later in the morning when I want something to just kind of keep me going. So I recommend that one. But anyway, I think those are all of the things that I've been really enjoying lately. Do let me know what's been making you happy lately, or if you like the look of anything that I've shared, I'd love to know. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again on Friday for the next video. Goodbye.